Hello everybody! So, I was gonna record this without music, but I couldn't because it just felt awkward having no noise and just my voice. So we're playing some soft meditation music in the background, like in my last video. This is a Bakugou listener. It is called S.T.U.P.I.D or S.T.U.P.I.D, and it is by Limbo. However, it said, I don't know, that's just what I'm guessing. It's all on the screen, as you can see. So, I'm just going to start. Baku-sama, get the fuck away from me, you damn parasite. Don't see that, Baku-sama, I brought snacks. I don't want your fucking snacks, Bakugou snapped, turning and smacking the box from her hands. It topped to the ground, the cupcakes rolling out onto the floor. He scowled down at them, turning without another glance to continue down the way to his class. Oh, that's fine. Wyatt smiled lightly, squatting to pick up the soiled treats she had made the night before. They probably tasted bad anyway. Baku-sama, I've got water for you. Eh? I don't want your shitty water, girl. Kirishima sighed, watching his friend continue to be harsh towards the support class girl. He was always so mean to her, the girl who admired him. Katsuki put the girl in a headlock, digging his fist harshly into her scalp while she weakly protested against him. Itai, 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 Baku-sama, she pleaded, gripping his wrist. Quit bringing me shit. I don't need some useless little rat following me around. Katsuki raged and dug at her harder, making the girl squirm more. Kirishima never did understand why she loved him so much. Baku-sama, Wyan drawled, prancing up to him with a roll of bandages. I've come to dress your wounds. What? Where's Recovery Girl? He snapped, snatching his scraped-up arm away from her. Don't touch me, loser. Ah, she's on a break. I'm her apprentice, so I'm healing today. Wyan grinned, holding out her hand patiently. So please let me dress your wounds. No fucking way. Please. Izuku frowned at his childhood friend, practically exploding the poor girl's head off. Pretty pleased with cherries and sprinkles on top? Absolutely not. He slid a damaged hand through his wafting green locks. Katsuki was going to seriously hurt her one day. Izuku could feel it in his bones. Baku-sama. Boom. I'm sorry, I cannot do an impression of an explosion. The smaller girl was sent flying, hurtling across the indoor training room until she slammed mercilessly into the opposing wall. The cinder block crater around her mouth agape as she fell from her personalized indent. A gasp left Denki's lips, having just entered the room to begin his own training. Shit. Katsuki cursed, rushing over to the crumpled girl. Maya struggled, coughing as she managed to prop herself up on her elbows. He slid on his knees, wrapping his warm hands around her arms to help her up. Fuck. I didn't mean to. I'm fine, Baku-sama, Wyan coughed, clutching her sides. His fearful eyes watched as she pushed herself up, standing on wobbly feet. Her empty eyes startled him, blood leaking from her lips and head. I apologize for interrupting you. Don't be stupid, girl, he suddenly snapped, standing up to confront her head-on. She flinched, and he withdrew immediately. She never flinched from him before. Katsuki lowered his hands to gently grasp her bicep. He softened his tone. Let me get your weak ass to the infirmary. That's okay, Baku-sama. Wyan pushed his hand off her, taking a step back. You're right, you're a hero in training. You need to train without distractions. I can take myself there. Katsuki gulped. He had said that. He had said a lot of mean things to her. He had no right to suddenly be so kind. He had crossed the line. Wyan carefully stepped around him, knees buckling. Katsuki caught her and stood her up, only to be brushed off. She limped painfully towards the door, leaving Katsuki to drown in his mind. Sorry about that, my computer turned off. As soon as the door closed behind her, she collapsed into the terrified Denki's chest. He caught her, watching in horror as his friend's back bent, hanging limp in his arms. Her open mouth continued to leak crimson, startling him into action. He dipped and took up both her legs, sprinting to recover girl with tears in his cloudy eyes. Stupid, 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 stupid. Katsuki repeated the same words over and over under his breath, pulling at his unruly blonde locks. It had been a few days since the incident, and he hadn't seen the annoying girl anywhere since. Not that he'd been looking or anything. So fucking stupid. Todoroki watched from the back of this class as his rival tore himself apart with guilt. Shoto didn't feel a thing for him, not a shred of sympathy. You don't deserve her, you know, Shoto spoke after a moment, realizing the entire class was empty besides the two. Katsuki stopped tearing at his hair, but didn't change his position. She did everything for you and you treated her like trash. Shoto watched in anger as Katsuki seemed to slump even more. He stood from his desk and picked up his bag, ready to leave. We all knew this day would come, the one where you'd hurt her. The child of fire and ice paused at the doorway, glancing over his shoulder to look over Katsuki's shadowed face. He spoke his parting piece before leaving the explosive boy to continue grieving. We all knew you'd destroy her beauty. Katsuki shook with the click of the classroom door, watching as tiny droplets of ocean began to turn to big ones, until waterfalls of salty water were flowing freely down his face. Stupid. Katsuki creaked open the door to the infirmary, peeking inside. She was there, curled up in the pristine white bed, wrapped in bandages. He stepped in, making his way towards the girl he impulsively shattered along with himself. Wyan. He quietly called her first name, the sound foreign but not unwelcome in his tongue. He reached the side of her bed and paused to look down at the sheets. I came to apologize. I already said not for exploding your face. Katsuki winced at his snappy tone and mentally reined himself in. I'm sorry for that too, but I came to apologize for the way I've treated you. Katsuki swallowed a metaphor for his pride. I was stupid, so fucking stupid for treating you that way, especially when all you wanted was to help me. I don't expect... Hell, I wouldn't you to forget... I forgive you, Baku-sama. Maya sniffled, wiping her eyes and hiding her face from his view. Oh, that's an alarm. I know that you wouldn't hurt me like that on purpose. Can you look at me? Katsuki requested, balling his fists in his pockets. He was gonna say it. He was gonna tell her, right now. I need to tell you something face to face. I don't think that's a good idea, she whispered, sitting up and facing away from the prickly boy. My face still needs healing after what happened. Please, just trust me, Katsuki begged, this time to have done the trick. And slowly she began to turn. Katsuki's eyes widened in horror, bringing a hand to his mouth to cover his slack jaw. His eyes immediately welled up and he whipped around to pull at his hair briefly. He turned back, hand once again over his mouth, and he continued his free... And he... I just lost where I was at. His mouth, and he used his free one to motion to himself. He gasped for air, struggling to hold anything back when the tears were flowing too violently down his cheeks. His voice cracked. I did that. From her right temple around her right eyebrow and cheekbone, meeting up with the missing chunk of the corner of her upper lip. Wyan bore a massacre of a scar. It was large and arched like a hand, the inflamed skin puffy, and in the shape of his explosion. Her ear and the side of her head weren't spared, hair half shaved to allow the burn to breathe. Yes, but it's alright. Wyan smiled softly at him, small tears collecting in her eyes as she watched the one she loved break before her very eyes. Her voice began to crack. You always said that I was ugly. Shut up. Shut up. Katsuki snapped, wiping the cloudy tears away. When he was unsuccessful, he reverted to pressing his palms against his eyes, trembling. I was wrong, okay? I was nervous and stupid, and I lied because this cute girl was following me around and calling me Sama. I didn't know how to handle it, and now you're hurt in so many ways, and it's all my fault. Katsuki sniffled and moved his hands to his temples, gazing with shattered rubies towards the wide-eyed and teary Wyan. You were never ugly, or stupid, or a parasite, or a nuisance, okay? You never were, and you never will be. I don't care what anyone thinks or says. I love you, okay? I care about you, and I'm so fucking stupid for making you think otherwise. Katsuki crumbled to his knees. His hands placed themselves on the ground, and he bent all the way down until he was bowing for the first time in his life, with his head on the cold floor. Please, I don't even know what I'm asking for. Just please, I'm so sorry. I already said that it's okay, Baku-sama. Maya sniffled, having slipped down onto the cold tile with him. He looked up to her trembling face. She was trying so hard to keep herself together. She was so strong. Katsuki realized. Please don't cry anymore. But look at what I did to you. He brought his blurry hand up to touch her burn, but stopped before making contact. He didn't want to hurt her anymore, and he already had. Wyan grasped his wrist, pulling his hand to the undamaged part of her neck and said, It's really that bad, huh? She laughed through a few leaking tears. She smiled at Katsuki, a forgiving and sincere smile. I understand if you can't look at it. Todoroki-san couldn't. Just please stop crying, okay? I don't want you to cry anymore. That's my job. Don't be an idiot. Please, Katsuki. The use of his first name shut him up, staring into her eyes with a transfixed gaze. Her smile wavered, the urge to cry heavy in her throat. Please don't look at me like that. Wow, that was angsty. Okay, so that was all. I'm so sorry for... I'll try doing a fluffy Bakugou ex-listener, because I don't feel like making you guys cry. I don't like making people cry, so I'll try finding a fluffy Bakugou ex-listener for you guys. So yeah, that is all. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time. Adios.